if you take real estate, to get permission, I mean, normal person, you are buying a piece of land, right? Whatever the market price is, from the time of you acquiring the land for yourself and building a small villa or an apartment complex or whatever it is, there is corruption everywhere.
Anything and everything there is
Everything
corruption.
there is a red card.
Yes.
Okay. So you take any department, if you have to get coal for power plants, there is corruption. If there is changing the zonal regulation, like for example, certain places you cannot construct at all. You know about the Ramsar lands and how a certain company got the right to develop things there. Again, in the previous government, which has been blocked by the courts. Okay, it wouldn't have happened without giving whatever it is you are supposed to give. Right. So anything and everything, procurement, it's a standard thing. Again, the same ED document, one of the ministers clearly talks about tender setting. So basically you ask, even before the tender comes out, and we are talking about small tenders, okay, a few crores of tenders, 20 crores. When the actual construction, the public construction, roads and various other things, they run into thousands of crores. So you name it. So you reach out to one of the ruling party MLA or a district secretary and say, boss, why can't you get me some 20-30 crores? And he will say, yes, done, but it costs so much. And then you agree. You factor it in.
Yes.
Okay? So depending upon your ability to pay the bribe money upfront,
and the right context to help
now
you.
The connect is
Important.
very obvious. Now the connect is your party district secretary or the MLA.
Okay.
You go to that person and that person then reaches out. ED has collected complete data of this. When they raided, they got the material, they have put them together. So this includes phone calls, it includes WhatsApp messages, where you will say, Anna,
Mail.
there is an intermediary. So, Anna, is there anything that is coming up? I have a person who's ready to give, needs some 20-30 crores, please. Nothing is going to happen for the next few weeks, but then there is something that is coming and we will proceed. And all these things happen. So the whole system is geared towards that. School education department, standard rate card. Procurement for your electricity department, because all these transformers and light bulbs and all kinds of coils, everything has to be procured. So everything involves corruption. Large scale corruption, small range of corruption. So it's then the smallest that we get to know of, which really annoys us, is that we walk into a government office for something really small. It could be changing your address here or there. Most of the times it will happen smoothly. But if you notice in these offices, you can go to the e-Seva center and you can get it done.
Yeah. Nowadays,
that is the idea. That's the idea. But invariably some hanger-on, you go to these offices, you applied, nothing is moving, you go there and the tout is always hanging around.
Available.
Sir, this can be done. 2,000, 3,000. Now, to a lot of middle class, this is simply the speed money. Just bloody give that money, get the work done and walk away. Because you are not going to go there again and again and again.
Sir, even if you want to be straightforward, they don't allow you to be straightforward.
Correct. But sometimes, in my opinion, when things can be straightforward too, we mistakenly assume that without giving this 2 to 3K, it won't happen. You mistakenly assume that.
Yes, that also.
So you put in this money.
Few straightforward officers are definitely there.
No, many low-level activities, which are routine activities, there is no need to pay. But we do that. Similarly, there are also occasions. Sometimes you can wait. But supposing, let's say, you are going to the crematorium, right? You have to get things done, right? Somebody will always be there, and he will be looking like a, somebody who is trying to do the good thing for you. So he will come and say, no need to pay any money. Just you pay 2,000 rupees to him, he will take care of it. You think that is the right fee. Finally, when you get the receipt, it will be for 500 rupees. You don't ask these things. You think it is 2,000. Right? You are not going to the crematorium every day.
Yes.
I'm just giving this as an example.
We should not also.
Right? So, all these things are put on top of public. Now, how does it impact public?
Impact the public.
Two ways. At the lower end of it, when you can't afford to give these things, let's take the poorest of the poor.
Yes.
And also not well educated. Most of them are in small villages and towns, and for them they have to go to the collector office to get certain things done, which means it's a travel for them. Many of the things you may not be able to get done at the village level. So there is 2-3 buses to go to the headquarters, which is where the collector office is in your district. There people, the government officials can clearly read through you. You look like a villager, a country brute. So I will clearly look at exploiting you, which is the saddest thing. These are the people that require our support and help. So you give them a runaround.
Okay.
They can't articulate many times. They don't know what they are asking. They may not be able to fill up the application form. So they will tell you, oh no, this is not correct. Go change this, write this and come. This poor person will look at you and say, sir, I don't know how to. It's not my job. The person can be very nasty. The government official can be very nasty. I've got so many things to do. Filling up your application form is not my job. Right? You walk into a government bank asking for perhaps a loan. The attitude today, it has even come in the advertisement. If you look at it, they're trying to advertise ChatGPT.
मंडे आइएगा सब पेपर्स के साथ.
सारे पेपर्स हैं सर. How can I avoid multiple bank visits for my home loan?
You will see that obviously it's a government bank, because if it's a private bank, people will fall head over heels to give you loan. A government bank, a lady pushes the application form. The government officer, bank officer like character is sitting there. He looks at the form and says, you have to have this. So please bring it tomorrow. And then he takes his tiffin box out and puts it on top. This lady with a little smirk in her face, sir, here it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, everything that you require. And this guy is shocked. And the background says, she has asked ChatGPT, I don't want to keep going to the government bank repeatedly again and again. What are all the documents I am supposed to carry once and for all? And ChatGPT tells her, get all these forms. She has prepared herself well. She is there shocking the hell out of him. So this is a very powerful ad. It basically says, you go to the government bank, they are not interested in solving your problem. They are always looking at asking you, come again. You have not filled this form.
Delay as
Have you
much.
gotten this form in triplicate, duplicate? Have you signed here? Have you gotten, notary public? Where is this document? Where is that document?
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
So this is the truth.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So even if you are an educated person, you have a problem. You can't figure out the form.
And a few months back, I had a discussion with a bank manager.
Okay.
They were telling, I asked them, government is asking you to give loans, but our traders are reporting that they don't get any encouragement from the bank manager side. She was telling me, no sir, if there is a failure, they take it from my salary. Is that true?
It can't be true.
It can't be
If
true.
it is true, nobody will be working in a bank.
Because suppose 5 crores gets defaulted, will the bank manager have the capacity?
Absolutely not.
To pay?
So that is why they have norms. What this bank manager has said, sorry to say, is bullshit.
Bullshit.
Okay. Why? Because there are credit norms. The signatory or the authorizer is not simply authorizing Mr. Srinivasan, take this loan. They are saying, submit your application, give me various supporting documents. Is it a secured loan or unsecured loan? What is the category under which this loan has to be provided? Then a credit check is done.
Okay.
Based on this credit check, loan is disbursed.
Yeah. First, the advancing officer checks all those things.
There is a standard credit
procedure.
check procedure.
Okay.
Right? If that person is not creditworthy, today all the banks and all the NBFCs share information to credit rating, CIBIL and CIBIL like there are 4 organizations.
Okay.
They get all the data. They share database amongst themselves. So your credit score is checked before you even consider talking to that person.
Okay.
Right? So it is nonsense, one. Second, if you don't give a loan, the bank is a failure because you have taken deposit from somebody and you have promised to give 8% interest, 7% interest. Unless you give 12% to 14% loan to somebody,
You cannot run the bank.
you cannot pay the interest and then you have your overhead costs.
Okay.
Right? So a bank has to give loans to people who are eligible.
Okay.
Finding the eligible person is your bloody job.
Okay.
In fact, I should not be going there. You should be out there on the streets.
They should be after business.
What does a private bank do?
Yeah,
they look around for people they can loan money to.
Correct.
They know the people who are eligible to get a loan. That is why you keep getting a call. Sir, why don't you take a loan?
Yes.
I don't want a loan. No, sir. Why, sir? Please take loan, sir. Because they need people.
They offer with security, without security, sir.
They want people who are eligible to take the loan and pay them the interest so that they get salary. For the government banks, the problem is that whether you give loan or not, you get your monthly salary. Right?
Okay.
So, yeah. Who is going
that
to...
is the basic difference between
right.
a private bank and
There, if the bank is not declaring profits, you are going to sack a whole bunch of people. Now, here, if they have any issue, don't give unsecured loan. Let all the government banks decide. If there is a default, I am going to be stuck. You give only gold loan, loan against securities, housing loan, and or vehicle loan. Because there also you can,
Something where
and a machinery loan which is hypothecated to you. Don't give any unsecured loan. Do that. Go do that. Who is stopping you? Let the private banks give all the unsecured loans. Let the NBFCs give all the unsecured loans. So they're just making up all this nonsense.
Okay.
Don't even listen to them.
Okay. I will. Because our Modi government has said that up to 20 lakhs a trader can.
Yes, there are MSME loans. There are all kinds of loans. But you have to follow. See, there are norms. Are you a profitable company? Is your net worth positive? There are certain norms that you have got to follow. And if you follow the norms, and if you look at the credit score and the history of the company and how long it has been there, all that is how credit rating has evolved, right? To completely dismiss all of this is just illiterate opinion.
Okay. Yeah. So the managers want to avoid and tell something.
Some story. You are pushing that person to a corner. Why are you not giving a loan? The right answer is that anybody who has the right credit rating and has the right papers eligible to get a loan from our bank according to the banking norms our bank has and the RBI norms. That is the answer he or she has to provide. If a person is eligible, then also we may look at the psychometric profile, whether that person, you can say all that. If we get a healthy feel about this person that they will pay, then I will consider. Otherwise, I won't consider. You are perfectly okay. But you can't say things like, what if they don't give, then my salary will go. Come on. I mean, their 25-year salary, the loan they disburse is more than their 25-year salary. True. 30-year salary. True. That is their target. Right? So it's only people who are not well informed will fall for such tricks.
Okay. You will get back to our impact of corruption on our general.
So largely, I see that we have 2 or 3 different problems because of all kinds of corruption. Let's look at the large-scale government corruption. Okay, people who are ministers and associated parties, which could be the secretaries, basically the government machinery.
Okay.
And some middlemen related to that, along with the officials, are conniving together to defraud the government. The net result of that is that money that is meant for public works, infrastructure projects, individual welfare, a portion of it gets diverted. Okay. Substandard work gets done. It could be coal procured, low quality coal procured, as an example.
Third quality coal purchased, but first
but
quality
in the name
price
of first quality price. Material that will not last for more than 2-3 years, forcing you to keep buying it again and again and again, money wasted. Roads laid which will not last a single monsoon rain,
Yeah.
right? So all these things we know.
Yeah, we read also on 100-kilometer road, which was supposed to be laid for a breadth of 40 feet.
Right.
Only 30 feet was laid.
Right.
So 10 feet amount was
And-
for 100
Yeah,
kilometers.
and inflated pricing mechanism, which auditors are supposed to catch, the CAG, Comptroller and Auditor General. By the time they come to audit the accounts, they will place some notes, etc. Nobody cares. Okay, so you will say typically a building, the public works building, it could be a police station, it could be a bus stand. Typically a bus stand that should cost you only 40 lakhs. They may put 4.5 crores. It is just minimal work. Okay, few lakhs to few tens of lakhs. I'll put crores. Who is going to look into that? Right? It will be passed. The contractor will be given all the money with the understanding that the contractor will plow the money back in suitcases to the minister. Okay, so public money wasted when you can construct 10 such bus stands. You have constructed only one bus stand. So this is how you defraud the entire system. Okay. Second is the substandard work comes across the board. It is not just that you ask bribe and the company that wins the contract, the L1 contract, factors in. So it costs, let us say, 100 crores to lay the best road possible, which will withstand everything, the heat, the rains, everything. You have to pay 20 crores commission. So you have to do everything in 80, including your profits. So you use substandard materials. People are the sufferers. Our cars, our bikes, our backbone,
Correct.
vertebra, everything gets affected in the process, right? So for
Wear and tear of the vehicle.
everything,
As you
all put
say,
together, right?
We don't understand.
Accidents happen, there is rain, lives have been lost because there was a huge crater, pothole, you hit and you fall down and a bus hits you. All of this has happened here.
Correct,
Right?
correct.
So the cost of corruption
Public is only
can spread like this. Substandard material. This goes into service also. For example, let's say schools, the private schools. Now you force a private school to pay a bribe. You cannot demand that private school to provide quality education. You are supposed to be the inspector and watchdog. You take money from them.
Yes.
Both institutionally, that is, the ministers take money, the DO, CEO take money, the school inspector takes money, the local politician takes money, everybody takes money from the school.
So it is very clearly
Even
defined.
even if some major accident happens in that school, all these people will come together to close the story. And we know many such cases that have happened. Mysteriously, school children getting killed inside the school premises.
Yes.
And you say they fell into some water tank, etc. How does that happen? Right? Children beaten up, something happens to them, some sexual attack happens on children. All these stories quietly buried. Right? So even in the service cases, right, there could be fire accident in places, and we just let go of it. No proper investigation. So corruption can lead to lives being ruined, people getting killed, right? Total loss of confidence in the system. That is more pernicious
That is
than
prevalent
anything.
now, sir.
Right. So you assume, your question is that there are two things that happen, right? One, you say that, sir, what is this? Nothing happens in this country without bribe. So people they use that to justify their own, let's say, poor performance, right? They think, look, I'm a honest person. I cannot go up in society because those who go up in society are people who are corrupt. How can I go to a higher level? The second thing you do is that anything and everything you want to bribe your way through, even though that is not required.
Okay.
Even though that is not
Our
required.
psychology has become
Yes.
habit to
And
get things done.
you communicate this to everybody, right? So nobody stands up and says, why should I pay you money?
Learn to survive.
So everybody in the system, they accept this. Even the official accepts this. The first few days, a large number of government officials have become government officials because they can get bribe.
Okay.
Because they have paid huge bribe. That's why they are working, even while working in private, they are always appearing for the government exams. The TNPSC, Group 1, Group 2, Group 3, Group 4, whatever group is possible, VAO, this, that, whatever exam they are ready to write. What is the last day cutoff on your age? I'll keep writing some exam. Because if I just get in there, even if I become junior most officer, man, my life is made. Because I can invent newer ways of corruption. Right? So this is rampant, absolutely rampant.
Very true.
The members of the public, they get involved in this, they accept it, and this whole process repeats. Right? And total shamelessness is spread across.
I totally agree with you. I do remember one of my distributor, he was definitely doing a good business, but he was writing this VAO exams. And I did ask him, he said, what I earn here, I will get at least 50 times.
If you're looking at the salary alone, no way is that comparable to what he is making here. But this unnamed money, right? Just recently in one of the Twitter stories, x.com, saw that somebody, anti-corruption wing is raiding for some small amount of corruption, 50,000 rupees or so. They suddenly discover during the raid that there's a suitcase full of cash running into 3 or 4 crores. Okay. So it's very common across the governmental sector. If somebody comes and says, I am a